Because I had to miss the Chinese New Year event at our school, I attended the one at Redwood City instead. I found the experience to be very fascinating because I learned many new things about Chinese culture as well as Chinese New Year. There were a lot of fun activities at the event as well as things to eat and watch. What I first did was learn to make red envelopes, and it was actually very simple as long as you know how to cut the paper and where to glue it. Now I'm able to make red envelopes for my parents and stuff instead of buying them at the store. Next, I was able to practice calligraphy using an actual brush which I dipped in ink, which I thought was very interesting because the texture of the calligraphy brush was very different from any materials we use in school. I learned that calligraphy refers to that which is beautiful writing, and that it is experienced through energy that is expressed on silk or paper, with time and rhythm being an element in the process. After that, I used chopsticks to pick up walnuts, and after I was able to eat the walnuts. I also learned a lot of information about walnuts. I learned that they were symbolized blessing, good fortune, and good luck. It is called Fu in Chinese, and Fu is one of the most popular Chinese characters used in Chinese New Year, and is often posted upside down on the front door of a house or an apartment. The upside down Fu means good luck. There was also a station that talked about zodiac signs. I am the year of the rat, and I learned that I am supposedly ambitious yet honest, prone to spend freely, and seldom to make lasting friendships, although I'm not sure if that's entirely accurate, but it was very interesting to know. After I made tangrams, which I remember making in my childhood, I learned that it's a puzzle where the objective is to make a shape using all 7 pieces. I ended up making the swan. I also learned some history about it, in which it is believed to have been invented in China during the Song Dynasty, and then carried over to Europe by trading ships in the early 19th century. Next, I proceeded to the paper cutting table where I was able to make this interesting artwork with 4 hearts and 2 crosses on top. I was surprised to learn that Chinese paper cutting is a traditional form of art that has already existed for thousands of years, and today they are used chiefly for decorative purposes, such as ornaments for windows, doors, columns, mirrors, lamps, and lanterns. Paper was originally very expensive in China when it was first invented, and people with access to paper were often very wealthy. After I learned how to make dumplings, although I didn't eat them because they were uncooked, I enjoyed learning how to make them because I haven't made them before. And it was actually very simple to make. You would just take a piece of the dumpling dough, dab it with some water, and then you put the stuffing inside after you fold it, and then you just crease the edges. It was a learning experience that I could bring home and hopefully make for dinner. The last activity I did was Chinese knotting, and this was my favorite station because I was very interested in learning how to knot, and the dragonfly I made turned out very well. I thought it was a very creative art activity that was very fun to enjoy. What I learned about Chinese knotting was that the art of knotting dated back to prehistoric times. 100,000 years ago, bone needles were used for sewing in bodkins. Some of the earliest evidence of knotting preserved on bronze vessels and silk paintings. I was very surprised to learn that the art of knotting dated back so far. Last but not least, I watched a performance of Kung Fu by a group of very talented people, and there were also many children who were very talented and very flexible. I will definitely come back to this event next year because I enjoyed it very much this year.